Hi, we're Ian and Julie. Follow us on our tiny homestead and our debt-free project of a lifetime, the building of our shipping container home here in the Pyrenees, and all of this alongside our full-time jobs.
Good morning. Well, we're back on site and we've had quite a lot of rain, quite a few thunderstorms. So I'm going to just have a quick look in the tank just to see how much has it filled up. Julie's over the back there, basically getting rid of some of the weeds because now they're easily pulled up. And we're going to put some of the gravel down, not this sort of the 020 gravel, hardcore, on the path. It's in the trailer. We need to get it out the trailer. It's been there a couple of days now because we've got to go and get some OSB for some internal woodwork. All right. Oh, let's have a look in this tank. Whoa. Wow. Wow. That is, what would you say, 3/4 full? That is just ridiculous. I'm quite shocked at how much water has come off. I mean, we filled that a third full. So we're probably 3/4, so half a tank in one day. Well, 2 nights. Alright, I'm just going to remove my air hose that I put up here temporarily because it is going to be in the way of the panels which are going to fit on this face. So what I'll do is probably put the panel up and then maybe have this. Where's the thingy? Alright, back there. Probably have that on the metal there. Or something anyway, but I'll put it back up. So one thing I need to do, just at the back here, it goes right down to the gravel outside. There is a little bit of foam just keeping this steel away from the concrete. But I haven't got any I haven't got anything stopping any bugs or mice or anything else just climbing up. And because this is going to be a void once I've got this front panel on. So there could be whole families of rodents and everything. So I'm going to spray foam a little bit in this gap, each one, and hopefully that will stop any bugs. I don't think we've ever had it, and I asked the supplier, we probably won't get any condensation on the inside here, so I'm not too worried about it flowing down, but if it does, there are tiny gaps behind this blue insulation here that water could just go down if need be. So we're going to do that first and then get that first panel dry fitted. Oh, soaked now. First I'm using this particular spray gun. That didn't work. Yeah. Not a lot in here, no. Right. So I've got this cleaner which I didn't know existed, so I'm just going to put that in the gun and then spray into the bin. Just use a wet wipe, clean the end off, and that should be all nice and clean for next time.
We ran out of foam, so we need a second can. But we've got lots of little clouds now. Oh my gosh, it looks pretty. You know, tell me off for saying that.
It's still expanding. We haven't used much spray foam, so this is a good experiment. What would be good to see if it has gone down the other way and at the bottom. So Julie can go and see that now.
Well, there's 3 places I can see the foam's actually popped out. This is the biggest one. Oh, it's still soft, but that's not too bad. We've just got 3 places, and we can just chop that off when it's dry. Go. Quick, go.
Living on the edge. Won't go far, but we'll get some more. We won't tamper it down today because it's a Sunday. But raise that level up by the pipe. I'm not going any further than this because this is where we've got to put the curbstones. On top of this, we're going to put some plastic membrane down to try and stop as many weeds coming through as possible.
It's looking better though. At least it won't be muddy to walk across.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, another load. Wait for the rain.
Well, little marshmallows.
Yeah, you can just podge it down while it's still a little bit moist.
I like that word. Moist. Give it a poke.
No, it's all right. I mean, this is all going to be hidden by that panel anyway.
This is so nice. Oh, I could do this all day. Coffee time, and the dogs know they get a snack.
It's definitely an indoor day today because it's absolutely pouring down, so we have to run in from doing the gravel. But we're going to carry on, and what we're going to plan to do is use this blue foam basically just to sit some wood on top like this. Now we will have, oh, that's a bit big, ultimately we're going to have OSB coming up, so we're just going to lip that over a little bit, but I'm going to use these small pieces of Douglas fir, and I'm just going to 45-degree chamfer them to join them together, glue and a couple of little tacks. Instead of wasting them, there's no point buying long pieces of wood for this shelf. It's not really a shelf, it's just a bit of a feature. So I'm going to join these little pieces together all the way along here with this blue foam underneath, and that'll protect it. There's a big gap here behind just in case any moisture did drop down. It's not going to hit the wood because the wood's sitting on the blue. Yeah, hope that works. And then the steel panels basically sit perfectly on top here, and then we'll just put a bit of caulking and it all should be good to go. So I'm just going to prepare these Douglas fir, get them all lined up, and then probably tomorrow when I come back we'll be able to tack them in, and we're going to drill them through as well so they'll be fixed permanently to this concrete. Yeah, that was too much. The hoover, the light and the saw. I've made this little template to go around the base of the steel post. So it also stops the steel panel having to be cut out because the wood is a lot easier to cut. Alright, next piece. Something like that.
Lazy workshop dogs.
Right. That's alright. So they're all dry fit now. All my little chunks. There's a few high spots as they've bowed, but I'm going to drill them through. There'll be foam underneath, and I'll chamfer all the edges and plane it so it looks all nice.
So where all our joints aren't quite level, the wood's a bit bowed, I've just gone along and weighted it all down. I've got him well trained. Leave your mess up, Riley.
You stay there, not on the front.
The rain stopped, so I guess time to climb back in my trailer and start digging the last bit of gravel out for Ian.
Last little bit. Rain stopped, so may as well get rid of it all. And we can get some OSB in this trailer after we washed it out tomorrow.
Oh, it's heavy. Well, that's it for today. We're calling it a day, and we'll be back in the morning with some new supplies and back at it. See you in the morning.
So another little project I need to do, because I've got to get this grass cut. You know, we have, well, I've got issues. Might not be any issues, but I've got issues with the stability of this little Kubota on the slopes. Now, I have already changed over the back wheels. I did that quite a while ago and it made a huge difference. But when I'm turning, the tractor feels like it's tipping forward and the back wheel coming up. So I'm going to swap around the front wheels as well. I'm not sure whether that is a great idea. I don't know really whether the stresses on the hub there'll be more stresses because it'll be further out. The jante, what's it called, the rim here, will be further out from the hub or not. I'm going to give it a go. I've got a request into our local tyre guy and he's searching around for some new rims and wider tyres, sort of a mix between agricultural and grass tyres, and basically to get them a lot wider on back and front. So one thing is, with the agricultural tyres, they are pretty thin, but what they're doing is ripping up all the gravel that we're laying down and also tearing up a bit of the grass. And once the grass gets to more of a lawn effect than just a field, I don't want that ripping up when I'm turning round. I'd rather have a flatter tyre. So I'm going to get these whipped off, swapped round. The only downside is the valve for the inner tube will be on the inside, but yeah, I can live with that. I forgot I had a internal jack on this tractor. Let me know if you see the hydraulics fading out. It should be all right for the quickness I'm doing. Look that movement there. God, didn't realise it had so much. Alright, I'm back. So this has got to give me quite a few inches at least. Well, saying that, where am I? So that is level with that. When I put this back to normal, oh, it's weighing. So it's giving me a good 3, 4 inches. So now they are in line with the back wheels. Yeah, I think I should have actually just turned them all round at the same time. But yeah, I just thought about the back ones, thinking that was the stability. But when I do turn, that used to sort of curve in a little bit and it just feels all wobbly. So I'm going to whack the cutter on, the grass cutter on the back, and go and see if there's any difference. Julie's just arrived with a big load of sand, so I've got to do my reversing duties.
Too much excitement there for them.
Hey.
She's a barker. I can't reverse yet down this drive. Not with a trailer. Don't tell Ian, but he has much superior reversing skills than me.
Right, this slab blew down 2 days ago. Look at that.
Whoa,
they're all on the back as well. 2 days ago that blew down.
Wow,
that is ridiculous.
Back from the quarry now. I've been and got a ton of sand, and we're going to put that all along here where this pipe joins the French drain from the other front side of the carriage, and it's going to drift off there. So I've just got this sand now just to cover this area before we start building it up with the bigger stony stuff that you saw earlier, because it's got to, all this has got to be built up to here. Bit of a task. Right, let's get digging.
disaster. This is what a lawnmower does to a GoPro. Oh, how blimmin' annoying. If anyone's got a spare Hero 9 with media pack, oh, it's so annoying. Right, we saw this on another YouTube program. We thought, oh gosh, that's innovative. And then since then, we've seen them in all our local shops, absolutely everywhere. Because here they have like petrol room heaters. They're not very good on the smelling side, but
Fumes, darling.
yeah,
fumes.
lots of fumes. But I think that's why all the little old people get these pumps, so they don't have to fill their petrol room heaters up with fuel. So I'm going to give it a go for this unit here. You saw in a few videos ago that I was getting problems with leakage everywhere. So that goes in there, and basically, oh, that is super quick, and much more controllable there. Oh right, we should have had one of these ages ago.
All my struggles, Mr. Wright, all my struggling. Hey, that works a treat, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I like this.
Well, other than destroying my GoPro, that was quite successful. I've cut places where I haven't actually cut before. It didn't feel like it was going to turn over or just sort of tilt in any way. The steering felt better as well, so I should have just done that ages ago. But if I can get those wider tyres and bigger rims, it's going to make this little tractor really, really stable. Right, let's go home and commiserate on my camera and to see whether the SD card survived.
Back at the quarry for my gravel that's going now over the drainage pipes. We're so lucky to have this so close to the plant. All done! Merci!
Good morning, next day. Another load of 020 gravel, and that's just to basically compact the path along the side of the garage. We're going to get that down. I'll get the compactor out, get all that nice and flat, and then we can start on the these curbstones here, and that will then give me a datum for where I need to get the rest of the gravel to pack all that down. I don't want to put too much gravel down now in case it slopes down into where I need to actually put these things. Just wetting down the stones and gravel, and then I'll go over it again with the whacker plate. It's all dried out, but when this stuff goes wet, it's like concrete. It was anyway in the trailer. It took me a bloody while to get it out of there. It all, because we've had the rain and everything, basically solidified. Next job is to trim this extension piece here to, oh, it's hardly anything coming off it. I couldn't cut all the way into the corners, so I'm going to just give it a quick tap. Hopefully it won't all break. There we go. And then I'll just trim these corners off with the grinder. That one's come out a bit. Actually, that's perfect. So just sort of glue it in, hold it in while I get some cement going. Put the lid on to weight it down. Oh. Another job done. Get the cement out. So I've just finished the concreting. It's only infill, I'm not too fussed. But that one is basically just below the lid. This one I've done level with the lid, but I have actually taped it around. So the lid should be able to just come off. But I've done that so nothing can just fall in, any of the stones or anything fall in around the back there. So I'm hoping that will work out. And then the final one over there, all I've done is basically cement all around the sides, securing it. You saw that I put a bead of sealant between the extender and the actual first chamber, So that should all be fine. So I think it's back to Julie to get some tea. She's been dealing with the guests. And in fact, they all just came down here. 7 guys from New Zealand just all came down here to see the plot. We've known them for quite a few years. They come back most years cycling. But yeah, there was a couple of builders between them. So they were doing their inspections. So I think I got the thumbs up anyway.